Don't let the glittering pagodas fool you. This isn't a temple in Shangri-La. But it is a shrine in another fabled city, Hollywood. This is man's Chinese theater, better known in honor of its creator, Sid Grauman, as Grauman's Chinese. It has been said that a trip to Hollywood without visiting Grauman's is like a trip to Egypt without visiting the pyramids. There's no other landmark quite like it. Over the years, Hollywood's most popular stars have left an impact on the world's imagination and have also left an equally lasting imprint here, in cement. Even in that golden era of fabulous movie palaces, Grauman's Chinese generated exceptional glamour and publicity. More than 150 stars have left their mark here since the tradition began back in 1927.
It's fitting, perhaps, that in the world's capital of make-believe, so honored a ritual as this should have had a start that was closer to slapstick than high art. Hollywood legend has it that just before the construction of the theater was completed, silent screen star Norma Talmadge stepped accidentally into some wet cement right here. If that tale is true, it could well be the most important step any movie star ever took. For after witnessing her mishap, so the story goes, Sid Grauman, the theater owner, had a brainstorm. Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, Hollywood royalty, agreed when Grauman asked them to take the sticky step on purpose. What began as a publicity stunt became a Hollywood tradition.
Other stars followed, all eager for this concrete proof that they had the world at their feet. Soon, it became the ultimate honor, and ruining an expensive pair of shoes seemed a small enough price to pay to cement one's career in the annals of Hollywood history forever. The list of those leaving their imprint includes perennial leading man Cary Grant and, bouncing to make sure the impression sticks, the irrepressible Rosalind Russell. All-star lineups of Henry Fonda, Charles Boyer, Rita Hayworth, Charles Lawton, and Edward G. Robinson soon put Grauman's on a par with MGM. More stars than there are in the heavens. Elizabeth Taylor left her mark in 1956, along with her co-star in the film Giant, Rock Hudson. Times may change, but some traditions last. In 1981, Burt Reynolds came to leave his mark at the Chinese. As always, the event was marked by excitement, laughter, and genuine sentiment. 2 years later, Sylvester Stallone, the unforgettable Rocky, immortalized his message: keep punching, America. Of all Hollywood's new crop of stars who have entered the concrete elite at Grauman's, the largest crowd turned out to applaud the fanciful step of the most unusual character, C-3PO, the first non-Earthling to be so honored.
The world's lumpiest sidewalk does a lot more than merely record for posterity the shoe and glove sizes of Hollywood's immortals. Some stars also left here the imprints of the trademarks that made them household words, like Bob Hope's nose.
Future archaeologists will have fun with that one, as well as with the mark left by the great Schnozzola himself, Jimmy Durante. Skating star Sonia Henney left the imprint of her blades instead of footprints. Jazz singer Al Jolson's voice made him a star, but his knees made him a legend when he knelt to sing Mammy. There was great excitement the day Betty Grable, World War II's most popular pinup girl, made an indelible impression with one of her million-dollar legs. Monty Woolley refused to bow to tradition, but his beard entered into history anyway. For Sid Grauman, no distinguishing mark was ever insignificant. This rather elaborate ceremony was designed to immortalize the cleft in the chin of Kirk Douglas. What distinguished actor John Barrymore. Preserving his great profile was an honor and an indignity. Of the experience, he said, "My God, they're burying me alive." Nearly 1.5 million visitors flock here each year, making this Hollywood's most popular tourist attraction. Perhaps we find it all so irresistible because, while not all of us may be able to fill a star's shoes, we would all like to follow in their footsteps. For one little girl who used to visit here in the 1940s, it seemed she would never quite measure up. Norma Jean would later recall,
I didn't have enough to get into the movie, but I used to spend the whole afternoon, many Saturday afternoons, trying to fit my foot in the prints. It was usually too big. And also I would get down and measure my hands, and always they seemed a little large. I don't know, they had very small feet and small hands. I became very discouraged at an early age.
chronicled in documentaries and newsreels, Marilyn Monroe's private life was a public affair. Here with Jane Russell, a childhood fantasy became reality on the day Marilyn scrawled her name into the sidewalk that had fueled her dream.
We have Sid Grauman, who built the Chinese Theatre, to thank for Hollywood's most famous pavement since the Yellow Brick Road. And Sid alone decided who would enter his unique Hall of Fame. But not all those so honored here were movie stars. In fact, Grauman had one person immortalized here who never wrote, produced, directed, or appeared in a single motion picture.
Rosa Grauman, Sid's mother. When asked why he placed his mother here among the crowned heads of Hollywood, Sid Grauman just said, "She was a star to me."
Believe it or not.
Honor, dignity,